All right, so I guess we will jump into downtime then. So I know that Backwater wanted, was it, who was it, or Jedediah was building a rifle, right?
Yes, I was.
So he's going to continue with that. What about anybody else? Anybody else looking for anything to do during downtime?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I have 115 points before I level, so can I do like the quests or whatever?
Yes, you can.
Sweet.
Yeah, so and that would fit just nicely. 5 days to find that quest will fit nicely into the downtime we have. It's been about a week since our last action, since we last had an adventuring session. Anybody else need to do anything else?
I wanted to do the same thing.
Okay, I guess Twitch is down.
Is it really?
Yeah, or at least I can't load it.
Look at that. Guess I'm glad that my recordings go up to YouTube.
Huh.
That's so unusual.
Is that Tobias's hit points? Is that what that is?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Got it. Anything else we want to do with downtime before we...
Just some role-playing stuff. I wanted to see if there were any cheap magical items in the vicinity, and more importantly, any alcohol in the vicinity. Just sampling.
Well, there's definitely alcohol. Yeah. And so is there any particular magic item you're looking for?
Just stuff that I can like trinkets, something I could use as a non-caster. I just want to investigate more into like magic and stuff. I don't know. I don't have that much gold, so.
Well, usually you're not buying magic items. They're usually found as favors or exchanges in downtime.
Yeah, so something like that, something that could maybe cast a cantrip or something like that, something simple.
Okay, let me pull this up here. All right, so it is nearly impossible to find one, but you might be able to. So if there's nothing specific you're looking for, you make an investigation check.
Okay, let's see here. So no.
Well, but here's the thing about looking for these is that just because you failed doesn't mean that that it's hopeless, because that like forms the base. So when you're just looking for a general magic item, the starting DC is a 25, and so you've accumulated 5 of that, right? And then, so to get the other 20, you've got to spend an extra day of searching.
Okay, so just next time we have downtime?
Yeah, so you would be at like 10. So you kind of sets the benchmark. It's going to take you like a total of another couple of weeks of downtime to find that.
All right, I'll just roll next time.
Okay. Anything else?
Just all the XP. Got to do that questing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's going to take 5 days of downtime to find a quest for that. And it generates 3 easy encounters. For what level are you now?
I'm level 4.
What is it? What is an easy encounter for a 4th level character?
Bears.
Well, no, I mean the XP of it.
I was going to say lions, tigers, and bears.
Spores.
No, fuck that shit. Don't you dare curse me with that.
So it'd be
I'll make my character
375 XP is what that little minor adventure would net you in XP.
sweet.
Dang, did I get the same thing? Or
Yeah. You're level 3 or 4?
3 now. Well, I'll be 4.
No, so it would be slightly less at 3. At 3, the easy encounter for 3rd level is...
And I'll help him with that encounter since I'm level 3.
Alright, so each of you would get 225 XP for
Thank you very much.
for 3 easy 3rd level encounters. Alright. So we're going to presume that we're all together then. We've just finished our little minor quests along the way. We've gotten a little notoriety. We are in Schmitford. It's kind of the center of our notoriety at this point. And we are fully rested, recovered all of our resources. And we have just started the day after our searching for lions, tigers, and bears. And what are we going to do with today? This were an additional day of downtime. What would we do? I guess one of us is looking for a magic item. We can all go along and help him out with that.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Well, let me get everybody.
Wasn't someone learning how to speak something last week?
Yeah, I was working on Draconic. But I had to do downtime missions to level up, so I won't be able to do that this week.
Okay.
Do I got tokens for everybody out here? I
think so.
Okay. So as we are searching for our... I'm sorry, I've got to do a little math first. All right, so Zell, what level are you?
Level 4.
And Jedediah, what level are you?
Level 4.
And Bakvar?
Level 4.
Tobias?
Level 4.
The Owl?
Level 3.
And Jen?
Level 2.
Let's see. Okay.
Look at you all fancy. Catching up.
It's nice to follow along a higher group to get all their XP.
If I remember correctly, you actually did stuff.
That's true.
You definitely did.
It helps to be with you guys. I appreciate you.
I think what he means to say is it helps to have 3 healers in the party.
That too. Also, you guys gave me a bunch of potions of healing, so.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. Speaking of, I need to double check what my current potion to person ratio is.
Yeah, you can always find potions of healing at 50 gold pieces.
Yeah, gonna probably need to buy 2.
All right, something like that. Get everybody over here. All right, so it's a good time for Schmitford. You've managed to quell several of the underlying problems that had plagued it with your activity over the past several weeks. It's a time of peace and prosperity, and the Count is engaged in a significant trade expansion now that the northern Alshan River is free of the lizard folk threats. And as we are going through the street, though, we suddenly have a problem in that one of the parks has developed a giant wasp infestation.
Yeah.
And I don't think we have a way to avoid going into combat with these guys.
Oh no, I'm sure they're great negotiators.
So let's see how we do with our new stuff.
On a side note, Dan, I posted in the whisper to you what I would be doing on some of my downtime.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Yeah, that's good.
My bad.
So it looks like Jen is first. So you hear a big droning sound, and out of the trees come these 5 giant wasps.
I think you're missing initiative for 2 of them.
Okay.
Yeah, the bottom left, 2.
Oh, you were not kidding about the term giant.
No, he wasn't.
Those things are like contesting 10 feet of space.
Yeah. Flying mounts. Anybody?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. They should be medium sized. They should be more like this.
Okay.
Okay.
A little bit better.
Who's got the bug spray? That's still pretty friggin' huge, though.
Yeah, they're as big as.
Yeah. But they're not Godzilla sized.
No.
It's a problem when my main concern from being stung is like literally bleeding out.
Right, so it is Jen's turn.
Okay, so I'm going to approach one of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 25 feet of movement. I'm going to attack it. Does that hit?
That does hit. Yes, these guys are armor class 14.
So I do 4 damage. And question: the dodge action, what does that do?
Any attacks against you by someone you can see have disadvantage as long as your movement isn't reduced to 0.
Got it. So I'm gonna attack him again. Try to punch this wasp out of the air.
Okay. That hits again. Yep.
I punch harder than I swing my sword, apparently.
No kidding.
And I will use my patient defense. Oh, do I have to take a... Oh, no, it's a bonus action. Okay, so it's time. I've used 25 feet of movement, so I still have another 20 feet of movement. So
You could do that. Keep in mind, it's going to trigger an attack of opportunity from the wasp.
that's what I was thinking, but I'd rather be closer to you guys.
Okay, so it will attack then. Armor class 20 for 5.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, for 5 piercing, and then I need a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, God. Here we go, guys.
And is that it for Jen?
Yeah, so does that succeed?
Yeah, it was a DC 11, right?
Yeah, it's a DC 11 Constitution save.
Yeah, that'll do it, I guess, for now.
All right, so I guess this one that's going to fly up, try to hit Zell. There it is. Armor class 21.
Son of a bitch.
For 6 piercing and then a DC 11 Constitution saving throw.
Not today, Zerg.
And then I need another DC 14 Constitution saving throw. This guy's throwing off this sort of very loud buzzing sound.
Oh, another one from me?
Yeah,
Dang.
one from Zell. Mm-hmm. Okay, so
All right, hold up. Yay, I made it.
what is that from?
My guidance.
Guidance doesn't affect saving throws. It's only ability checks.
Yeah, it's resistance for saves.
Yeah. So you're going to take 2 points of thunder damage. That's what that drone is there. That do. It is Bakvar's turn.
Bakvar is going to think Zell probably has that handle and dash straight at the bee over here.
Okay.
And then use my bonus action to attack from treasure. And do nothing. That's the end of my turn.
Zell's turn.
All right, I'm pissed.
Made you bleed your own blood.
No one makes me bleed.
Nobody does
that. Really? No, that's unacceptable. We're expending a cleric swing. That's better.
Yeah.
And because it's getting hit, it is also going to get. It gets to roll a 14 Wisdom save versus menacing attack.
Okay. It fails, so it's frightened.
Yep. So it has a imposed disadvantage, and it takes 14 damage total.
14 damage. All right, it's bloodied now.
And we're gonna. You know what? I'm going to swing around to there.
Okay. It is the owl's turn.
The owl is gonna pull out ready his short bow and shoot at the one that's just got next to Zell. This one.
Okay. That hits, yeah. And then some sneak attack on top of that. All right, so
And then I'm gonna move to a corner of the building.
that one crumples. Jedediah's turn.
All right, I'm going to move so I have a good line of sight to the one next to Bakvar. I'm going to burn a grit point to gain advantage on the attack with my pistol.
I'm sorry, which one were you? You were attacking the one by Bakvar, right?
Yes, by Bakvar.
Okay, so that one drops as well.
Get my grit point back.
Tobias' turn.
Okay, I'm going to cast Aid on the Owl, Jin, and Jedediah. So they should each get 5 temporary and 5 current hit points for 8 hours.
Okay. That's not really the way that's worded. Their hit point maximum increases by 5 and for 8 hours. I don't think there's any. Let me check, make sure.
I read it. It says each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5 for the duration.
Right. So it's not. There's no temporary hit points involved. It just increases their hit points
Okay.
by 5. Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, I got you.
Okay. Anything else from Tobias?
Nope.
Well, I guess this one's going to fly in and attack Bakvar. 21 to hit Bakvar, and I need a DC 11 Constitution saving throw from Bakvar.
No.
It also looks like it heals them for 5 damage as well. Basically, it grants them +5 to max and gives them 5 right on the spot.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, so that's going to be 5 piercing and 10 poison, and then I need another DC 14 Constitution saving throw from Bakvar against the drone.
Not today.
So another 4 thunder damage to Bakvar. Bakvar took it on the nose there. This one's going to fly over and attack Bakvar. But a 6 will miss Bakvar. But I do need a DC 14 Constitution saving throw from the drone effect. Alright, so another 4 thunder damage from Bakvar.
And that is why I moved away.
Oh, and actually after that first one, Bakvar, you will be deafened for a minute because you failed by more than 5, just so you know. Right, so this one's going to fly in and attack Zell. I don't think deafening does anything to Bakvar, but that's okay. So we got a 20 to hit Bakvar. To hit Zell for 3 piercing, and then a DC 14 Constitution saving throw for the drone. Let's take 4 points of thunder damage, and you are deafened for a minute. It is Jin's turn.
Okay. I'm going to come to Bakvar's aid.
Wait, is it less than half in...
I'm sorry?
The deafening?
If you fail the DC 14 by 5 or more, then you're deafened for a minute.
Oh, okay, 5 or more.
So I'm assuming that hits.
Well, it's a crit, yeah. So 13. That was bloody.
Still standing?
Yeah, he's bloodied, but he's still up. And that's
I'm guessing that does not hit.
Yeah. It will be Bakvar's turn. Unless Jin's going to do something else. I don't know.
No, that was my movement action bonus.
Okay.
I really probably should heal, but I'm not going to. I'm going to swing at this one on the left.
Okay.
Never mind. I'll just roll less than 5 every time. But as a bonus action, I will cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay. And it will be Zell's turn.
Awesome. It's going to get hit for 7. And... you know what? I'm going to swing again. Ooh, that looking nice. I'm also going to go ahead and hit it with menacing attack, so it needs a 14 wisdom save.
It succeeds, but it does take the extra damage.
Yeah, that's going to be 18 from that one, so 25 total.
All right. It is barely holding on. The owl's turn.
The owl's going to take a shot at that one that Zell just hit.
Okay.
Oh!
Is the owl a halfling?
Yeah, like
Okay, then roll again, halfling. Bring up that halfling luck.
Would that not be the 21 in that instance?
not much better.
So we still miss. Anything else from the owl?
I'll just sit there and check my next arrow
Okay,
for any
Jedediah's turn.
flaws.
I'm going to attack the unbloodied one next to Bakvar. I figure everyone else can take care of the other one.
17. Okay, it's bloodied now. Anything else you need to buy?
I'm pretty open here, so I'm just going to stay where I am.
Okay, Tobias's turn.
I'm going to just feed a potion to Bakwar.
Okay. This one is, let's see. He's going to try to attack Bakvar. What's the DC on that, Bakvar?
11.
Okay, he fails. So then he will try to hit Jin instead. 16 to hit Jin.
I believe that's my armor class. For 15.
Okay, so you take 3 points of piercing and a DC 11 to avoid another 5 of poison. All right, so we take 5 poison and then a DC 14 against the drone, the buzzing. All right, and this one is going
How much did I take total?
a total of 8, 3 piercing and 5 poison. This one's going to try to attack Bakvar. It's going to fail, so it won't be able to attack anybody. It will get to there and be done. This one will attack Zell. It's going to crit Zell for 6 piercing and then a couple of constitution saves from Zell. No poison damage, but we do take 3 points of thunder damage.
Can I actually take the thunder damage when I'm deaf?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess that's true. Yeah, I guess you would be immune at that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Now, well, I think it's vibrations in the air. I don't think it's.
Yeah, I would argue it'd probably be like an explosive type pressure coming from the lungs.
Your eardrum is getting
so.
No, I think that would be more like force then. Yeah, I think you're right there, Zoe. I think that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise I wouldn't be deaf.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. All right, so it is Jin's turn.
I hate wasps, okay?
He's pretty good with that sword.
So it's going to be 11. He's not quite dead yet.
He's a sturdy little bugger.
That's going to miss.
All right. Well, I tried.
It'll be Bakvar's turn.
This hammer is proving super ineffective against the wasp. I'm going to try and crush the one on the left.
Okay.
No.
Nope.
It will be Zell's turn.
Sanctuary drops, by the way. I'm okay with that.
Alrighty. Swing. That hits. It drops.
Yeah, it's got 1 hit point left.
So I can do one of these. Go right here. And I'm going to swing at this one with my bonus action from my feet. And it takes 14.
Okay,
Christ.
that goes down.
Yeah, I was going to say sweeping tech, but I missed that one. So that would be my turn.
Okay, the owl's turn.
the owl will take another shot at the one that's fighting Zell. I need a moment to reload because I lost connection.
Zell forgets the other wasp is there.
It's not loading for some reason. Let me try again.
Zell being deaf, it's not like he could hear the wasp next to.
Buzz, buzz. Zell! Whispers while he works.
Okay. I'm back in.
That was where I never showed where you ever left. Usually you'll blink out when you're reloading like that.
There he goes.
Maybe I've lost Roll20. I'm not. Did you make it the attack roll, Al?
No, not yet. I don't see it either.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm talking that you can't hear me because I haven't been pressing the talk button. Short bow. Oh,
Okay, but you're still a halfling.
all right.
Welcome
That's
to
not a
the
good
club.
one.
Okay, Jedediah.
I think he's really trying to aim for his foot.
Are we sure he's a halfling?
I don't know.
That's
All
bananas.
Can we take him to the pawnbrokers and trade him for a new one?
It's called lucky, not good luck.
That's fair.
Yeah, I was rolling well last week.
Well, that's a lot of
Yeah.
ones flying.
Wow. Come on, guys.
Well, that didn't go as planned.
Nope, and that's a misfire.
We're being defeated by insects.
No.
Nah,
They're being
Just this
defeated.
one insect
Tobias is.
that is critted on twice, by the way.
There's a hit. All right, so that one only has 2 hit points left. Down they go.
Man. Oh, I thought you meant afterwards.
All right, so we should have a couple of those scabbards, right, from last week that can hold poison. For those
I have 2 of those things, yeah.
Yeah. Just reminding everybody. They're not magic items, they're mechanical devices, but you can activate them to apply poison as interacting with an object.
So I'm gonna ask if we can do a survival check to extract the poison.
I can try. I have a herbal kit.
I got guidance for whoever's going to do the check.
Yeah, it's a DC 20 nature check, and
It's nature. Never mind.
So I wouldn't use my herbalism kit in this case?
can you use a herbalism? Let me look here.
I'm proficient in it,
I'm proficient in nature.
just not nature.
I am proficient in greatswords.
I'm proficient in ruling lesson 5.
You mean 1?
You can use, if you're proficient in a poisoner's kit, you can, but not an herbalism kit. There's no herbs
bummer.
involved here. Yeah.
Well, I guess we get to go by who has the highest nature. I have a 0.
I have a
Plus
1.
1. Really? The people with 1?
I also have a 0, so I'll just help someone that has a 1.
Yeah, we'll just help somebody and give them
give
guidance, I guess.
I have guidance too, yeah.
Do you want me to extract the poison?
Yeah, that's fine.
How
Go ahead.
many chances do we get?
There are 5 of them. There are 5 carcasses.
You want to take 3 and I'll take 2?
Sure. Roll your 2.
Am I getting guidance on this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, for free.
There's 1.
Woo!
That just beat it anyway, huh?
You got to roll another one.
Yeah, we got a total of 5.
That one has no recovery.
Never mind. Okay,
Right.
you're next.
Let's see if my days of rolling low is over.
Survey says for that one, yes. Yep.
Very good.
Got one more.
All right.
And yeah, you can get that with a guidance roll.
Yeah, 4 out of 5. That's quite good.
Yes.
So everyone saw what the poison is, right? It's a DC 11 for an extra 3d6 of
That was 3d6.
yeah, 3d6 of poison damage if they fail the DC 11 Constitution save.
Okay.
All right, but as we are going all huddled around these carcasses working on them, a teamster is pulling by and he is distracted by the activity. And this happens So I need a DC 14 dexterity saving throw from everybody. If you have a 13 or better passive perception, you have advantage.
What was the number? Sorry.
14. It's in the chat there.
Oh, sweet. I made it without advantage.
Woo!
Okay, so it looks like everybody except for Bakvar made it, and Bakvar actually takes the maximum damage, having failed by. So he takes 20 instead of 7. Everyone else takes 3.
I'm gonna vote that we take a short rest so I can mend my wounds.
Yeah, there's nothing keeping you from taking a short rest at this point.
No shit.
Yeah, I might take a potion or two.
I'm just gonna use all my hit dice.
I have second wind. Oh, wow.
There we go.
Oh, we lost Owl.
Is everybody just seeing a map of Talgia and no tokens? Or is that just
There you go. That should be better.
Oh, okay.
That's my fault. That was left over from last week.
And okay, quick question before I do this. The cleric level 1 spells, those recover after every long rest.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, not using those.
Is aid? How long does aid last?
8 hours.
Okay, so I have 8 hours of 5 extra hit points.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And let me know when we're done with our short rest.
Do you need healed, Jen?
I'm 1 below my max, and then on top of the 5, so I'm technically 6 below my max. So maybe a paladin, so they don't waste a spell.
Well, your bar just looked like it was at a third. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, it's way down there.
Yeah, that's what happens when you lose 11 hit points at level 2.
Oh, that's right.
Really? I mean, I've never seen that low of a bar at a level 2 fighter.
I'm a regular D8.
I'm kidding. We had an encounter at level 2 where pretty much 2 people got dropped like a bad habit. Quite a few times, no less.
And I got lucky on my hit die roll.
Yeah. I've been actually just taking the middle ground.
All right, so as things calm down after the Teamster has barreled through us and accusations fade that he's some sort of a terrorist instead of just a incompetent Teamster, coming through down the streets is a crowd. Well, something around. There are 10 guys there. Each one of them has on their shoulder, like on their chest, a patch indicating that they are members of the Thieves Guild. I'm sorry, not the Thieves Guild, the Mercenaries Guild. Right? And so they are approaching. They look angry at you guys. You want to know what happened to their guild mates that you hired yesterday? That they were supposed to be done and back home by supper. Did you send them on some sort of a crazy suicide mission?
Who are we talking about?
You guys, yeah. Like yesterday afternoon, you showed up at the guild hall, and you hired a group of our guild mates. You said it was going to be just a basic intimidation mission, and that they would be home by dinner. Paid them a nice little fee, but they have not been seen since. And we want to know if you sent them into some sort of a death match of some kind that they didn't recover from.
I know not what you speak of. This is news to me. Did any of you guys hire mercenaries that I'm not aware of?
I'm not the rich kite.
Yeah, we've been traveling this direction for like the past 2 weeks. We're new over in this region.
Yeah, you're quite well known around by now, for sure. Yeah, that's the reason that the members were willing to accept it, is that your reputation had preceded you, but it appears that your reputation may be misleading. That maybe you're not such upstanding adventurers that we thought you were.
I think we're being framed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're thinking someone else, and it's not us. We haven't hired anyone for anything. We've done everything ourselves.
Yeah, we don't need you guys.
So you're saying to trust you and not our lying eyes? I mean, we
Have
physically
any
saw you
paperwork
guys
with our
there.
signatures?
Say again?
I'm gonna.
Surely hiring someone from a guild would involve some paperwork and an agreement and some payment. Surely you have that.
Well, there's no real paperwork involved. I mean, we're more action-oriented guys than that. But yeah, you did leave a third of the payment up front and 2/3 of it to be completed on the back end.
Interesting, because I've not paid for anyone, and I'm kind of broke because I recently bought new gears. So, yeah, we're kind of strapped for cash. So I don't imagine any of us would have hired mercenaries at this point. So, as much as I hate to say this, yes, I'm going to have to agree that your eyes were deceiving you if you saw us hiring mercenaries.
Okay, so we can make a persuasion check at that point, I think.
Okay.
Guidance.
Yeah, go ahead and keep it. I've got it. Never mind. I don't got it.
We suck.
I have a -1 charisma. I don't want to hear it.
And that looks like it's on the verge of inciting them. It's like, so there are two choices. You either turn over the 300 gold pieces that were promised, or we're going to have to do it. Part of our obligation to our missing guildmates is to see that their loved ones are cared for. And
I see this as a racket, guys.
Yeah, I think they're trying to shake us down.
Yeah, but they got the numbers. I mean,
I'm going to have to disagree with your statement, and I'm going to roll an intimidation check, by the way, real quick. And I'm going to have to ask that you clear the hell out of here and try to find out who actually paid you.
I'd like to point my pepper box in their direction, too, and try to assist with the intimidation.
Yeah, I got a 23 total.
All right, so they're not so inclined to fight as they were a few seconds ago. But they do. They point out, you're talking about the undermining the fundamental principles of our guild. We have to be able to trust that if we go out on a guild mission and don't come back, that our associates will see that our interests are taken care of. We can't just walk away and leave these guys' loved ones unprovided for.
We're not asking you to do that, but we're also not going to be covering for someone else's bill when we, as I stated previously, have not hired any mercenaries.
Well, on the one hand, we 100% saw you come into the guild hall, talk to the group that disappeared yesterday afternoon, and haven't returned. You guys are very recognizable to us at this point. And just simply saying, "Oh, that wasn't us," when we physically saw you there with our own eyes, that's a problem for us.
Do you have a copy of the paperwork that one of us may have signed?
Well, no, there was no paperwork involved. Like I said, you left 150 gold pieces with a promise of 300 upon completion.
Well, okay, what was this mission we were supposedly hiring you guys to do that we couldn't do ourselves?
Well, we weren't the gang involved in it. It was just our associates. And all we know is all we overheard was that it was supposed to be a simple intimidation mission.
Who are we intimidating?
Well, we don't have the details of the mission. They didn't give that to us before they left. But the impression we got was it was going to be a pretty simple thing, and then that now it's been overnight and they haven't returned.
Have you tried looking for them?
Well, you're the guys that are supposed to know where they are. You were the ones who hired them.
Can we drop that? We clearly have no idea. You're going to blame us, fine. But we don't know where they're going. We can
Point at the person who hired you guys. Point directly at the person who did it.
So the leader was the paladin there, Zell. He was the one who did most of the talking for us, for your group. Or the fighter, I guess. Not paladin, but...
Yeah, I'm not a paladin.
Yeah. Well, you were the one up front doing all the talking. We kind of assumed you were a paladin. You have a big sword.
Can I roll an insight to see if I feel like he's being honest or if he really believes that?
Yeah.
I also use detect thoughts.
Yes, you can use detect thoughts. Yeah, they seem to be sincere in what they're saying.
I'm going to just pipe up and tell them, I'm like, these guys honestly believe this. So for some reason, they believe that some people that look exactly like us hired some people from the thieves, from the guild, whatever guild this is.
The Mercenaries Guild.
Mercenaries Guild. So this is legit. Like they're not, I don't think they're trying to shake us down. This actually happened. What we need to figure out is how somebody got in there that looks exactly like us to set us up like this.
What details do you have of the mission so we can follow and find the real people?
They don't know.
Right. So the way the Mercenary Guild works is they form gangs basically, and those gangs are hired for, but they're not. So while there is an association and they watch out for each other's interests, they don't really share the intimate details because they don't want to be undercut by another gang. So they don't know the specific mission. But they have an obligation that should it go horribly wrong, that they will see that the interests are taken care of, in particular that their loved ones receive the reward that they were expecting. But you're saying you were not the people who hired them. Well, I tell you what, we will retire to the guild hall. Here's what we propose. You give us a token, maybe half of what's owed, maybe 150 gold pieces, and we will hold that until this evening, and wait for you to clear your reputation with us. And if not, then we will come for the other half. If you do, then you get the deposit.
I have one of those depleted sanctuary gems from last week. Is that valuable enough to count as the collateral or whatever?
No, those were not gems. Those were just stones that were infused with magic. But there's nothing valuable. But we did have.
How much is a tiger's eye worth?
Can I, while they're kind of going over this plan of theirs, can I probe deeper with detect thoughts to see if there's anything underlying, not just the surface?
All right, so that requires a saving throw, right? What's the DC?
Let me check here real quick.
Well, he's going to fail. All right, so the one who's doing all the talking there, he's a pretty simple guy. He doesn't have complex thoughts. He does have a female companion, like a wife that he cares about, but no, he seems like a pretty simple guy. Doesn't have anything subtle going on. This is doing what he thinks he has to do to maintain the guild. Right. We should have had some gems at the end of last session, right?
I have one, and I think everyone turned it into gold.
I kept mine. I kept the moss agate.
And I kept the tiger's eye.
Oh, that's right. We all did do that, didn't we? Yeah, we each have a couple of those.
I think each one was worth like 10 gold pieces, if I remember right.
Oh.
50.
Were they worth that much? Were they worth 50?
Mm-hmm. That's what you posted.
I believe you. Yeah. All right. So yeah, if you gave them 3 of those to hold until the evening for you to clear your name or your reputation with them, they will give that back. If not, they will expect another 150 gold pieces to square the account.
I'll give them mine.
I'll give it mine.
I am unfortunately not willing to fork out cash for what was obviously not us. I will, however, partake in the investigation of some group masquerading as us, because that's going to piss me off.
This is just buying us time to be able to handle that investigation, though. I mean, you're not really buying them off. We're going to get it back when we find out that what happened.
Right.
Or take them out. It's if they don't give it back.
Both fair.
I'll chip in 50 gold, make it a full 150.
All right. Well, then they will retire with that and say, hopefully we'll see you this evening. And off they go. But shortly, within minutes of them leaving, we do have something that happens here. All right, so shadows seem to dance momentarily at the periphery of your vision, but nothing actually takes form. Still, you feel something distracting you and pressing upon your intellect. Does anybody have proficiency in Arcana?
No.
No.
Bachmer does.
No.
Okay. So I need a
Give me guidance.
DC 13 intelligence saving throw from each of us.
Ouch.
Okay. So we got 3 who failed by 5 or more. Okay.
I got a quick question if you guys like. That I've got Hedos, and it says I've always got resistance, which is for the saving throws, right? It gives me a D4 to the saving throws. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Is this a charm?
My question, as a half elf, I have an advantage on saving throws. Do I roll?
Yeah, this is a charm. Yeah. You would have advantage.
It doesn't matter. My advantage wouldn't have helped.
Mine did.
Right. So if you fail, so if you have a 9 or less after all things are taken care of, then you are charmed, and in combat at the beginning of each of your turns, you have to make a DC 13 intelligence saving throw.
I got exactly 13. Does that count?
Yeah, 13 is the target. Mm-hmm.
But what was the roll I had to roll for save?
A 13. A 13 is
intelligence?
Intelligence saving throw. And you take either 4 or 2 psychic damage as well. 4 if you fail the saving throw, 2 if you succeed on the saving throw.
So I take 4. Is that after the short rest? Did we lose the extra hit points?
No, it lasts for 8 hours.
All right, that hurt. I'm going to take a healing potion. How much is that?
2d4 plus 2. All right, so what are we going to do to clear up our name? How are we going to go about that?
You said they were from the Mercenaries Guild, right?
That's correct.
We need to figure something out here.
That would be the city of Schmitford.
Yes.
I guess we need to start there and backtrack to there.
Try to figure out where we sent people off to.
Okay.
Apparently they look exactly like us, so I guess that's what we need to be asking.
Where did we go?
So we're heading towards the Mercenaries Guild, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Could the gnomes be setting us up?
Seems petty.
Could be anybody at this point. We got a long list of enemies.
Yeah, but a lot of people like you. I mean, you've done a lot of good stuff too. The Verdatus really like you.
We have a lot
Hopefully,
of
we get dragon.
points, like loyalty points for the city too.
Yeah. All right. So as we are heading towards the Mercenaries Guild, coming from the other direction, like probably just away from the Mercenaries Guild, are a group of armed humans, heavily scarred with long swords, and their tabards show the holy symbol of Foltus. All right, so is anyone not familiar with Foltus? Do I need to?
I don't have no idea who that is.
Okay, Foltus is a very well-known deity. So Foltus is lawful good, and within the One True Faith, the Order of Foltus is viewed very. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? They are considered zealots. Other orders do not generally affiliate with them, and the Fultons look down upon the other orders as being too tolerant and lenient of heretics and those who they think should be purified. So they are like the very extreme.
Westboro Baptist Church.
That's a very good example. Yes, that's a very good example. Yeah, or the Taliban is another good example, right? But does anyone have proficiency in religion?
I do.
Yep.
Okay, but one thing you'll note about these Fultons is the iconography on their tabards is not identical to that of the Order of Foltus within the One True Faith. These guys are actually members of the Cult of Foltus, and the Cult of Foltus is not a part of the One True Faith. They view Foltus as a true deity, probably the only true deity left, not merely a messenger of some higher power, but the ultimate power in and to himself. And because of that, they do not adhere to the One True Faith. And so they're coming towards you. They're shouting. It says, "Yeah, so we hear you guys have a fight to pick with us." And also, you'll notice that a couple of these are female, which is unusual for Fultons. Fultons are heavily patriarchal, but the cult is not. The cult is much more gender neutral. Yeah. So here you, right? So you sent a bunch of thugs to try to keep us out of Schmitford last night. We took care of them. And now we want to know what your problem is with us.
Anyone with high charisma want to talk?
I don't think we have anybody with high charisma.
I've got a +2.
We all butt ugly.
I can give him guidance.
Well, what do we want to accomplish? What's the
Calm them down.
Well, they did say that they were attacked by people that we hired to send in. So once again, somebody's got us in hot water with somebody that we have nothing to do with.
Yeah, you have members of the Mercenary Guild to attack us to try to keep us out of Schmitford.
All right, this is getting pretty old. So where did those people attack you? Because we're looking for those people. Are they alive? Did you kill them? What happened?
Well, we didn't intentionally kill them all. Some of them survived, but things happen in battle, and a couple of them, but enough of them survived to tell their tale and related to us that you had hired them to dissuade us, to intimidate us into staying out of Schmitford. And really, the only reason that we can think of for that to happen would be that you are in league with the villain that we are pursuing, who we know is now in Schmitford. So we can bring this all to an end. You just tell us where she's located, and then move out of our way, and we will take care of things from there.
Where who is located?
We believe there is a vampire who has taken up residence in Schmitford. That's the reason we are here, is to root her out, destroy her utterly, demonstrate the power and influence of the cult of Foltus, and the only reason we can think of that you would hire the Mercenaries Guild to stop us would be that you are in league with her, that she has probably already corrupted you. You may not even be aware.
I don't know. We have a paladin and a cleric here that haven't lost their power yet.
Yeah. Vampire, you say? Where in Schmitford roundabouts do you think this said vampire is? Because this is more than likely going to solve an issue that we have, where we seem to have what I'm going to call copies. Because we were just approached by the mercenaries that were part of the Mercenary Guild that were there when the other mercenaries were hired, apparently by us. And we've not been around here long enough for the past couple days to even be able to do that.
Well, we just arrived this morning.
Okay. Yeah, we are just now getting back ourselves as of earlier on this morning. So we've been up north.
Well, we just completed our downtime in Schmitford.
Oh.
Yeah, we've been in Schmitford for several days.
Liar.
Retracts that.
Retcon that shit. Look, there is clearly a miscommunication here, a misunderstanding, and someone is trying to frame us, because the Mercenaries Guild just took a bunch of our money because we apparently hired someone to apparently dissuade you from hunting a vampire. We have no idea how that happened. We have no idea why that happened. I've been tinkering on this project for the last week and a half, so I have progress of that, so I know we weren't doing anything. Why don't we work together? We'll let you take point, we'll follow, or we can take point, you follow us, and we hunt this vampire, take them out together to get on your good side, and then take us to the surviving Mercenary Guild members so we can clear our name and make everything right with everybody.
We're not really a cooperative sort of group. You are.
Neither are we. Trust me.
We would, if you would care to submit yourself to initiation, then maybe at some future date we would view you as worthy members and servants of Foltus. But we only trust those who have demonstrated their loyalty to Foltus. And
we're trying to get this knocked out today, so
that's understandable. How about you guys go your way and you search the vampire? We'll go our way, and best of luck to both of us.
That was my next step.
Right. So the Mercenaries Guild seemed pretty, and the mercenaries themselves seemed pretty truthful in their insistence that you were the ones who hired them. So I don't think we are going to be able to just accept it wasn't really us. In fact, we're not even sure. Even if you believe that yourself, vampires have ways of making you do things without you realizing it. So there's a good chance that you are already infected with the taint of corruption from a vampire here in Schmitford.
Can I perception check their level of equippedness, like what kind of armor and weaponry they're carrying?
Well, yeah, it's apparent. They 4 of them. Oh, I'm sorry. There should be a 6th one. 4 of them wear scale mail, and 2 of them wear plate mail. They all have long swords and hand axes.
Noted.
They're mentioning like that we could possibly be, I don't know, infected by this thing from vampires. Does it seem like they're telling the truth, or they like seems like they're trying to intimidate us or anything like that?
No, they seem truthful.
Well, do you know anyone who could cure us of this vampire mind incursion, and maybe we'll then know what the hell's going on? If there is such a thing.
Well, we can purify you.
Does that involve prettiness?
Yeah, that usually
It's
involves
gonna involve fire.
Yeah, that usually involves killing you, and then if you are raised, you will become back without the taint of the corruption. Almost all corruptions are cleared once you die.
Almost everything is cleared when you die.
Well, I don't feel like dying, so that's not going to work.
I tell him, I holler out, I'm a man of the cloth. There's no way that any of that evil could taint me like that. And I have a little flask of holy water, and I just dump it on myself and tell him there's no way.
And he thusly burns.
90 points of radiant damage.
Oh, God.
Right. So we understand that you believe that you are following the right path, and it is unfortunate that you have that delusion, because your immortal soul will suffer for that. But your entire religion is flawed. This whole mystical creator who's never made an appearance is just a kind of a bunch of silliness stuff.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Talking about the one true faith.
Oh, well, I've got good news. I don't follow the one true faith. They've already, they fucked me over.
Yeah, so that's...
Hence why I'm an adventurer.
That's a good start. Yeah, and so professing your religious fervor outside of the true following of Foltus is really, I don't. The best I can tell you is that it is unimpressive to us.
You guys must be great at parties.
So you don't want to work with us. You don't want us to try to figure out what's going on. And you want us to basically hand ourselves over to you for either initiation into the cult of Foltus or for purification. Is that about right?
That is where we are. That is our inclination. Yes.
Okay, we felt bad for you guys because someone impersonated us to try to intimidate you. But me feeling bad for you is really much gone away at this point.
And
we didn't
if we wanted to intimidate you, we would just do it ourselves. Do you really want to find out what that's going to be like?
DM, can I use the water fountain I'm at to stealth? I can stealth with any small amount of nature.
Well, you could like be over here around the corner if you wanted to.
I'm just shield of faithing myself, by the way.
All right. So, if we start casting spells, that's going to put us into initiative.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Who are these guys?
That's fine with me. Wow.
Sorry, guys.
Crap, I forgot to select my token. Sorry.
Damn, I'm not too far behind you.
Okay. So, Zell starts casting. All right. So, this guy... He is going to run up. His long sword begins shimmering with...
Jin isn't in the initiative order. He needs to click his token and reroll.
Well, you can put yourself in there and then click on it and change it to a 21.
Where would I put that? Where I put myself in, I change it, I guess.
You just roll initiative again, and then click on it and change that 8 to a 21.
Can you do that? I remember I'm on a tablet.
Oh, okay. There you go. Done.
All right.
All right. So this one runs up. His longsword is there is suddenly it's looking very frosty, like it's going to do some extra cold damage.
Sweet.
8.
All right, so we got Armor Class 21 for 13 slashing and 3 cold to Zell.
Excellent.
Well, did the Shield of Faith go up first? Because it would.
Yes, it's a bonus action.
No, that's what triggers initiative. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. As soon as you begin casting, it's going to put us into initiative. You don't complete the spell before, and you don't get to complete an action before initiative.
It's not necessarily an action.
If you don't do that, right, then you end up with this game of the first action wins, and you never do anything except immediately go into initiative because you want that action to go first.
Yeah.
Right, so I don't think this one can quite get there. So he's going to get to here and throw a hand axe at Zell. I don't have a hand axe on their thing, though. Oops. All right, so he crits. Zell takes another 8 slashing damage. And it is Jin's turn.
All right, so I'm going to run up to the one hurting Zell and hit him. That didn't go through, did it?
No.
Is that hit?
Yes, that hit.
All right, and I'm going to take 1 key point and use patient defense to take the dodge action, so everything has disadvantage against me.
Okay. So you are dodging. Well, he's going to run up into the middle of it, and his longsword starts glowing. Glowing is not the right word. Looks covered in frost as well, and I think he is going to dodge as well. It's the owl's turn.
Wow. Seeing this, the guy coming straight towards Zell, I'm going to take my short bow and shoot at him. This dude right here.
Okay. 16 will hit. Yes, even with cover, that would hit.
Do I get sneak attack?
Yes, because Zell is right there with me.
All right, and then I'm going to mosey on over to this corner here for cover.
Okay.
And can I do is it a stealth check there or
You can
hide
bonus
or
action
something?
stealth. You can bonus action hide with cunning action.
All right, I'll do stealth.
And then it'll be Jedediah's turn.
All right. Well, since we're in close combat, I'm just going to stab the one who's next to Bakbar here.
Okay. And that's going to miss.
And then with the offhand, missed again.
Okay.
And I'm going to disengage as a bonus action and move back down the hallway. Or alleyway, rather.
Tobias's turn.
Is there a way I can like squidge down like this to get to Zell without that guy hitting me?
Yeah, you never leave his threat right there. Oh, that would, though.
I dropped it. I didn't. Is that close enough, or?
Yeah, that's close enough. Yeah, Zell's just right there.
Okay, I'm just gonna hit him with a potion real quick. That's all.
Okay. Well, this one will rush up here, and he'll stop here. He's going to try to shove Jen prone. So Jen needs a athletics or acrobatics check, whichever is best for Jen.
Beat that.
Right. All right. So, just want to run up and guess he'll attack Bakvar since Bakvar's not dodging.
By the way, I don't like how I'm surrounded.
Claustrophobic.
A little.
Right, so this one will run around and attack Tobias. And it will be Zell's turn.
Cool. Shield of Faith goes off, and I am equipping shield and sword, and I have 22 AC.
Okay.
And so, yeah.
All right, it is Bakvar's turn.
There's a lot of them. But I think I'm going to hit this one, since it doesn't seem like he's dodging.
Okay, that is going to hit.
And that's it.
Okay, and the guy who's dodging here... No, never mind. So this one will... he will attack Bakvar. He'll miss Bakvar. This one will move over and attack Jin.
9 does not hit.
14. Does 14 hit Jin?
I have 15, so nope.
Okay, it is Jin's turn.
Okay. So the one next to Zell, in front of him, I'm going to attack him.
Uh, 13 will miss.
I kind of figured. And if I were to use my Step of the Wind to try to escape through this, can I run through these characters?
What does Step of the Wind do?
Basically, I can do a disengage and double my distance.
Yeah, you can move through your allies back here with no problem.
Okay.
I mean, it's
So
difficult
I'm
terrain,
going to...
but you can move back.
Yeah. Well, I'll have 90 movement with double movement, so...
Yeah, so you can move back as far as you wanted. Because you can move through Bakvar, Zell, and Tobias without.
I hope one of you has an AoE, and that's my turn.
We are AoE challenged, aren't we? Okay, so I guess this one is just going to attack Tobias. Or Bakvar, let's see who he's going to attack. He's going to attack Tobias. All right. A 20 to hit Tobias.
That's my armor class.
Okay. And Tobias is going to take 12 slashing and 2 cold. All right. Let's see. Yes. Mm-hmm. And it will be the owl's turn.
All right, the owl's gonna take a peek outside and shoot at this guy.
Okay. 15 will miss this guy. He's one of them that is wearing half plate.
All right, I go back to stealth.
Okay, make a stealth check. There you go. Jedediah's turn.
All right, I'm going to move near the owl so I can get a shot at the one next to Tobias here, and going to take a shot at it with the pepper box, burning a grip point for advantage.
20 will, or an 8 will miss, but a 25 will hit.
19.
Okay. Tobias's turn.
I'm going to hit that one right next to me. Does 17 hit?
A 17 does hit, yes. Mm-hmm. Right, so that one is bloodied now. Anything else from Tobias?
That's it.
Okay. So I guess he is just going to step up and attack. He's going to attack Bakvar. 13 misses Bakvar, though. This one will attack Bakvar. 12 will miss Bakvar. This one is going to try to shove Tobias back. So Tobias needs an athletics or acrobatics check, whichever is best for him.
All right.
Right.
That's an ability check. Does the resistance count out, or is that just saving throws?
That's just saving throws.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, so Tobias is shoved back 5 feet. He'll actually provoke from Bakvar.
I will take that swing.
I guess he will move to right there. It is Zell's turn.
Cool. So, first things first, the guy in front of me. Does a 13 hit him?
A 13 does not hit him. They have
Awesome.
mail on there. Armor class 14.
Okay, so bonus action. 24 hits.
Yeah, 24 hits.
We're expending a superiority die. I need a 14 wisdom save for menacing strike.
He succeeds.
He makes it. But he's taking 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay.
And then I'm going to action surge.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to hit him again. 17 hit?
17 hits, yep. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. This time I'm activating sweeping attack and targeting the one to his right. So the one in front of me takes 7, and the other one takes 8.
All right. He goes, are you killing him or are you just knocking him unconscious? The one in front of you.
I'm just going to knock his butt unconscious because the current circumstance, they've been confused. They're not, based on how my character sees the situation, they're not technically aggressive towards our party. They're pissed off about the situation because of what we're being thrown into by the duplicates. So he's not actively trying to kill a party that's not trying to that's not responsible for the situation.
Okay, and
if that came out correct,
that did come out correct. Mm-hmm. It is Bakvar's turn.
Okay, I'm going to take the disengage action.
Doesn't that trigger a bonus action because he goes unconscious from great?
I am not using a two-handed weapon.
That's right.
I'm not using the longsword as a two-handed weapon. I am sword and boarding. So normally it would, but in this case, no.
Yeah. All right. So it is Bakvar's turn.
So I'm going to disengage and take a few steps back to about here, and swap to my sword and shield, so my AC becomes 19.
Okay. That one's unconscious. Well, this one's going to move up to here, and we're going to try to shove Zell prone. So Zell needs an athletics or acrobatics check, whichever's best for him.
Shoving me where?
Shove you prone. Just try to shove you prone with his attack. So not back anywhere. Just shove you down so that you're prone. But he fails. It's Jen's turn.
Okay, I'm going to move over here, and I'm going to throw a dart at the one closest to me.
The one who's bloody right here?
Yeah.
Okay. That's going to hit, yep.
All right, and I'm trying to knock it unconscious, but I'm not assuming I did that much damage.
All right, so you try to knock him unconscious, but it actually hits him in the eye. You only knock someone unconscious with a melee weapon attack. So, you know.
Ah. Oh, well, that sucks for that guy.
Sucks for that guy, yeah. All right, so I guess he's just going to step up and attack someone. He's going to attack Tobias. 24 to hit Tobias. For 11 slashing and 1 cold. It is the owl's turn.
All right. Does the owl have line of sight to this guy for a attack?
Yeah. You can hide around that corner and shoot at him.
Look at that, 21.
Okay. Anything else from the owl?
I will take a step back and hide.
Okay. It is Jedediah's turn.
All right, I'm going to move into this corner here. Take a shot at the same one the owl just shot at with advantage.
You spinning grit.
Yes.
20 hits. Yeah.
For 12 damage. And then I'm going to stealth as my bonus action.
Okay. It is Tobias's turn.
I'm going to use Preserve Life to get myself back up to 50%.
Anything else from Tobias?
That's it.
Okay. Well, this one will step over and attack Zell. Get that one back out on there. 19 misses Zell, right?
Yep.
This one will step up and attack Zell. 22 to hit Zell.
Yeah, 22 matches.
Okay, that's going to be 12 slashing and 4 cold. And it is Zell's turn.
Oh, this would be fun. Oh, hold up. I need to roll a con. Yay! It made it. Okay.
Oh,
that was because I got hit.
Yeah, I forgot. For your shield of fate.
Yep. All right. So the guy in front of me, above me, I'm going to swing at him. I must be rolling 20s today. And then I'm going to activate a superiority die for sweeping attack to sweep to this guy.
Okay.
Top one takes 7. And the one on the right takes 6.
Okay.
And that's, let me see.
Sounds bloody.
Yeah. And then I'm going to healing word myself. There it is.
And it will be Bakvar's turn.
I think I'm going to swing at the guy right in front of me. With my longsword inside my shield out. But I'm not very effective at all. That is it.
Well, he's going to continue attacking Tobias. 22 to hit Tobias. And Tobias is going to take 10 slashing and 2 cold. It'll be Jin's turn.
All right, I'm going to move up to here, and I'm going to attack the guy. That it?
That hits, yeah.
Okay. And I'm going for non-lethal, but is he still up?
He is still up. Uh-huh.
Okay, I guess I'll punch him.
Okay, that's going to miss.
All right. I'm not blocking the range guys, right? Like they can attack.
They can. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I'll stay there.
Okay, so this one could attack either at this point. Let's see. He has decided he's going to focus on Tobias. 13 will miss Tobias, though. It is the owl's turn.
Let's see. If I move to this section here, can I shoot at this guy?
Yes. Uh-huh.
That's what I'll do. Oh! Halfling reroll.
Mm-hmm. 16 will hit.
Yes.
Okay, that one goes down.
And I'm going to stay where I'm at, but I'm going to hide behind my taller companions.
Okay. Jedediah's turn.
Can I move through this group to get like over here?
You would lose your stealth at that point.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we're not going to do that then. I'm just going to move around the owl, behind the Bakvar, and take a shot at the bloody one up here.
Okay.
And am I indeed stealthed?
Yeah. 21 will hit, yeah.
20 damage.
Okay, that one goes down.
Great point back.
It is Tobias's turn.
I'm just gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
DM, I just realized that I'm probably too late to say this now, but I don't think any of us made that intelligence saving throw.
Oh, I forgot all about that. Yeah. We're not going to retcon it to the beginning, but yeah, I guess we should start that now. Who was it that was afflicted with that? I'm trying to remember.
I know I was.
Afflicted with what?
The curse. There were two of us, right? Who had the curse.
That would be me.
Okay. Who was it again? I'm sorry. I didn't notice who said me.
It was the owl because I rolled low on the intelligence.
Oh, okay.
And me, I know that.
Okay. So let me mark that. So it was the owl and Jin.
So what does that mean?
Yeah.
So I missed that whole thing.
Yeah, so at the beginning of your turn, you've got to make a DC 13 intelligence saving throw, or basically lose your turn. All right, so this one is going to attack Zel. Let's see. Negative. And it is Zel's turn.
I'm going to swing at that one. I really wish I had that crit.
Anything else from Zel?
Yeah, I'm going to attempt a bonus action to hit him.
Oh.
Hey, that one goes off, though.
Yeah, that hits.
And I've got... Yeah, I'm not expending a superiority die, so that one takes 10.
Okay, he's bloodied now.
And that'll be the most I can do.
Okay, it is Bakvar's turn.
Bakvar is going to step up and swing at the guy in front of me. Next time, maybe. That is it.
Okay. It is Jin. So Jin needs a DC 13 intelligence saving throw. All right. So Jin gets...
I can take my turn?
You can, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to go up here. And I'm going to go after the bloody one. And again, non-lethal.
An 18 hits, yeah. He is still up, but bloodied. Okay. So you're in the flurry? There we go, yeah. 14 will miss these guys. These are the guys in half plate.
Oh, so the two half plates are the ones left up?
Right. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's my turn. Well, actually, I'll move here so they can't escape.
Okay. Then this one will attack Zell. They seem to be pretty fanatical. Or actually, he could attack anybody at that point. And actually, if you move from there to there, you're going to provoke from this one.
Oh yeah, provoke the other one to attack, huh?
Yeah.
I'll stay where I'm at.
Oh, okay. Still going to attack Zell, though. And 8 will miss Zell. The owl needs a DC 13 intelligence saving throw.
No.
Okay. Incapacitated and reduced to 0. Jedediah's turn.
All right. I'm just going to take a shot at the one in front of Buckvar.
Okay. That's going to miss.
Then I'm going to move and hide.
Okay. It is Tobias's turn.
I'm gonna the bloodied one. I'm gonna try and hit with Sacred Flame. If you can make a DC Dex check.
Yeah. He fails.
Sweet.
So he's bathed in radiant light, and he collapses and is no longer breathing.
I'm gonna also bonus action and healing word, Zell.
Okay.
And that is all.
It is Zell's turn.
Okay. Oh, that's great. Well, I am.
I think you had a fish in the fountain.
Yeah, right. I'm going to go ahead and Sacred Flame him as a bonus. Wait, hold on. Is that a?
No, that's not a bonus action spell.
Yeah, no, it's not. Never mind.
Can you do a sword attack? Like if I attacked, could I attack with my mace and then still do a bonus action, or is it only a cantrip and then a bonus action?
Well, you can use your bonus action if you have something that can be done as a bonus action. So if you had a bonus action spell, you could attack and cast that bonus action spell.
Oh, okay. I thought okay.
I think I had. Hold on.
Because
Sure
that's why I always did Sacred Flame with Healing Word, because I thought I had to do a spell and then to be able to use my bonus action spells.
No, you could just hit with your mace and then cast Healing Word.
Oh man, okay, cool, sweet.
Shield of Fate. Bakvar's turn.
I'm going to use my bonus action to Healing Word again. By the way.
Okay, yeah. That's no problem.
Bakvar's gonna miss again with his longsword.
Jen needs a DC 13 intelligence saving throw.
Oh, do I just do this all day?
Unless you can get rid of the charm.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't once. Okay, let me try.
So Jen is charmed and distracted for a moment. This one.
Oh, wait, I get advantage. No, it doesn't matter.
Fulton's are fanatics. I guess he's going to attack Tobias. He's going to miss Tobias, and it will be the owl's turn. The owl needs a DC 13 intelligence saving throw. And that's a success, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is this guy still alive?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, in fact, he hasn't actually been hit yet. He does show a little bit of damage. Like when he activated his sword, it seemed to have a draining effect on him for just a little bit of damage.
I can shoot through friendlies to get to him?
Yeah, he does have +2 to his AC for half cover, but you can.
Oh,
Or
I'd rather not do that.
you could move over here, and then he wouldn't have cover.
But wouldn't that provoke an attack?
No, you could get it like this
Okay,
without
I'll
provoking.
move there.
Yeah.
Perfect. And shoot. Yes.
Yes.
Gonna hit. Mm-hmm.
Let's look at that.
Okay.
All right.
And anything else from the owl? You have a bonus action left if you wanted to do something with that.
Let's see that I can what disengage or which I don't need to.
Disengage.
I can't hide.
Yeah, there's nothing.
I can dash.
You can dash. There's a bonus action.
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Jedediah's turn. What was Jedediah's hide check? What was his stealth roll? I wasn't paying.
He rolled really high.
Did he? Okay. And you're muted, Kevin, if you're trying to communicate with us.
I am not, no.
Oh. So what is Jedediah going to do, Rusty?
Sorry. I'm going to move out to here and take a shot at the last one.
Okay. That's going to hit.
Very nice.
Yeah,
28.
28. Right, he's bloodied now.
Jeez.
Tobias's turn.
I was going to hit him with my mace. No, I'm not.
Zell's turn.
I am going to swing at him.
And actually, this one is a female, just so you know. That makes a difference. That's not.
Oh.
I almost feel bad.
All right, so that's going to hit. You're going to kill her or render her unconscious.
No, just unconscious.
Okay, down she goes.
And then I'm going to proceed to tie the two that we have unconscious, tie them up.
Can we take their weapons too? They seem magical.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're blood hunters. They imbue their weapons.
Oh, that makes sense.
With their.
Are you Matt Mercering?
Hey, someone here's playing the gunslinger, so.
I know. I just read that character a couple days ago and was like, oh, that sounds legit.
The Blood Hunter?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It's very well balanced. It has really good role playing hooks. Yeah. Okay, so by this time it is heading towards dusk. It's been a full day. I'm assuming we're going to get off the street somewhere. What are we going to do with our cultists? All right, so within the One True Faith, the expected thing to do with these guys would be to turn them over to the Inquisition as cultists.
We could interrogate and negotiate.
You said turn him over and what?
Turn them over to the Inquisition, who would probably kill them, just so you know, right, as heretics. Right.
Well, I don't serve the One True Faith, and they've kind of had issues with us already in the past.
Is there any chance we can get any more information? Yeah.
So we can bring them up to. We can wait and bring them up to one hit, or I guess we have a paladin. We could bring them up to one hit points and just talk to them. Yeah.
I can spare the dying.
Ooh, perfect.
It's a free cantrip.
Yeah, that doesn't actually bring them up to 1 point, though. Yeah, that just stabilizes them. They actually
we have to wait like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah. But there's nothing keeping us. I mean, like I say, we can take them into a common room or a hotel room or a residence or wherever and talk to them. So so this cell of the Fultons, they actually were on their way to this part of the area, to this part of Dimgaard, because so the Order of Fultus, which is part of the One True Faith, it is trying to reestablish itself. It was on the wrong side of history. It opposed the gnomes when they established their nation. There was a kind of a big bloody sectarian war between the gnomes and the Order of Fultus, and the Fultons lost. So they they've been, their reputation is bad because they lost to a bunch of gnomes, and then tactically they've lost many of their higher ups. So the Order of Foltus is trying to reestablish itself, and then this frontier region is one of those areas. So the one thing that the Order of Foltus and the Cult of Foltus hate more than other heretics is each other, because they both consider each other to be bastardizations of the message of Foltus. The Cult of Foltus thinks that the worst traitors in existence is the Order of Foltus, and the same thing for the Order of Foltus. The Order of Foltus thinks the worst thing in existence is the Cult of Foltus. So these guys are on their way to, because they had heard, I don't know if you remember this or not, but there have been several encounters with the Order of Foltus trying to do that very thing, where young members of the Order of Foltus are sort of congregating in this area and trying to reestablish their order. And so these guys were on their way to try to counteract that when they picked up the trail of a vampire, which is what blood hunters live for, is to slay undead. Right? So that immediately drew their attention, and they followed a vampire, which they're almost certain of is now in Schmitford. And but now 3 of their 5 or 4 of their 6 are dead, so they are not sure what they're going to do. The leader, the final one to go down there, her name is Malin. She has other things as well. In addition to being a blood hunter, she's also an inspiring leader. So she could help with temporary hit points if you don't turn her over to the Inquisition. That's her.
I don't have any plans on turning them over. My character has plans on questioning them further and potentially seeing if there's an arrangement that we can work out together to deal with the vampire, since we're being complicated with the issue of our copies.
I am, like I said in the beginning, I'm willing to help you guys take out these vampires. I'm sure the rest of us will be equally willing to help you.
Well, right now, so we're not going to turn her over to the Inquisition. Is that the consensus?
Right.
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
So that's a big relief. So she still can't violate the tenets of her theology. She can't. She can only go into battle with other members of who are followers of Foltus. But
could we accidentally stumble upon the same vampire at the same time? We don't have to work together. We just can kill them together.
Right. So she, like all Fultons, is not only a letter of the law type person, but also the spirit of the law. And she would not compromise. She would rather die than compromise the tenets of her faith. And so right now she is stuck until she can find a sufficient force of Fultons to affiliate with. That doesn't mean that she won't help you.
That's what I was going to say. All we need is the information. She doesn't have to come along. We're not looking for a team up.
So in particular, let me put this in here. That's Cynthia is the name of the vampire that they think has fled to Schmitford, and they don't know why she has decided to come to Schmitford. They were affiliated with a cell of vampires in a nearby town. It's called Moorsgate. That was actually what first brought them to the frontier. Was they thought that there was an enclave of vampires in Moorsgate. So they don't know if Cynthia is trying to expand that influence, or if she's a splinter group trying to establish a splinter group. She doesn't know why exactly. And they had just arrived this morning in Schmitford to begin their investigation, so they don't have a lot of information on her. But everybody does get 7 temporary hit points if they will listen to her inspiring leadership.
I mean, we're practical people.
Yeah.
How many?
7 temporary hit points. And the reason, one of the reasons I was talking about aid is so normal temporary hit points do not stack, but aid is not temporary hit points; they are just legitimate hit points. But by this time we are past the 8 hours of aid though.
Okay.
I want to ask her a question. Would the vampire, this Cynthia, would she be able to bestow curses or affect our minds in some way? Because something's been bothering me.
That would be something that could typically be associated with vampires. Yeah. In particular, if Cynthia had been here for several days and had noted that you were a potential threat to her, she could have engineered that type of magic against you. Yeah.
How would I remove this magic from me?
Well, spells like remove curse would do it, or usually just a long rest will recover. Will allow you to recover from it.
You said it's approaching dusk right now, right?
Right.
So if we were to take a long rest, would our time to find the culprits for the mercenary guild be up, or would we be good? How much more time would we have to do all that?
Well, yeah. So we're approaching the deadline for the mercenaries guild. Yeah. Where we said we were going to show up with proof that they were wrong in their accusations. So we can write off that 150 gold pieces, or something else could happen. So as outsiders and as blood hunters in particular, who are mixed up in all sorts of testing their constitution and exposing themselves to various challenges. Is anyone proficient in medicine?
I am.
Okay, so everybody has advantage on this then. All right. Let me roll that. After whoops, that's wrong.
2C10.
There we go. Wow. All right. So I need a DC 14 Constitution saving throw, or you take 9, and everybody has advantage on this. So it's 19 or 9.
So we'll have advantage?
Yeah. So I think Jedediah failed.
I got a 20 if it's...
It's resistance applies. Mm-hmm. You only need a 14.
Oh, my bad. I thought it said 19.
Then I Jedediah passed on his second roll.
Oh, he did. Yeah, there we go. So no one failed. All right, so everybody takes 9 points of necrotic damage from the disease that Malin has drug into Schmitford with her. But we should complete a short rest as we're interrogating her, if anybody needs to do anything at the end of a short rest. All right, we're not doing anything.
Deep points are great.
I'm going to second wind before the thing. That way, I go back up.
Yeah, I'll also expend the hit dice.
Yeah, she used the disease negated the inspiring later, so she's kind of a wash.
Yeah, she's kind of a wash. Mm-hmm.
So, are we going to be looking for a vampire today, or are we going to be looking for people who are duplicating us?
The vampires are about to find us.
Oh, so they're hunting us.
Yeah.
What's the S on the end of that? We were only talking about one.
How many vampires are there?
She has her own clique. I'm sure.
All right,
Guessing there's going to be 6 of them.
Yeah, we are in this common room, and suddenly the veneer of several of the what looked like just regular patrons melts away, and they reveal themselves to be hideous, clawed creatures.
I was going to ask during the short rest if the paladins lay on hands would cure the curse.
No, it's not a disease or poison. Yeah, it's a charm effect. Is that right? There should be 9 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. And their disguised self drops, and they reveal themselves for what they truly are, which are undead. And we will go into initiative.
Alrighty. I'm activating alert from VAR.
Okay. So a couple of seconds ago, these looked like just normal residents of Schmitford. And now they have dropped their concentration on disguised self, and they look like undead with vicious claws and fangs.
And apparently they're really fast.
+6 initiative. Holy shit.
Yeah. Excuse me. Is everyone in initiative there? 1, 2, 3,
Hold on, I'm still having connection issues.
2, 3, 4, 5.
I think it might be time for a new router.
We should have some evidence that will exonerate us after this.
Oh yeah, disguise.
I bet somebody has the contract.
Who's not in initiative?
Lefty.
The owl.
Yeah.
Can someone roll for me? Oh wait, I think I'm up.
There we go.
There you go.
Right. Well.
So do we have 2 people helping us because we didn't kill 2 of them?
Well, we said we disarmed them, right?
Yes.
Well, yeah, but someone could toss us. You know.
All right, so this is going to move up, and does an 18 hit Jin?
Yeah.
All right, so Jin is grappled by this.
No damage, just grappled.
Just grappled. Yep.
Okay. Help.
And then an 8 misses Jin, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to do that. All right. This one throws out a rope. Or actually, she flings a, I don't know what happened there. She grabs these little balls and they throws them at Jedediah, and they expand, and yeah. Does a 17 hit Jedediah?
Yes, it will.
Okay, so Jedediah, you are restrained by some iron bands of Bolero. Yeah, don't like this. Where's the net? There we go. It is the owl's turn.
All right. Well, I lost connection again, but what the owl will do is shoot at the one that is grappled. That's grappling Tick, whatever. I forgot Tick's name.
Jin.
Jin and Sonic.
Right. First, the owl's got to pass an intelligence, DC 13 intelligence saving throw.
All right. Hold on. Let me see if I'm loading. Like, my internet's really bad today. Nope, no internet. Can you roll for him?
Yeah, I can roll for him. What is it? +2 to intelligence. Is it? Or no, +4.
He gets a +4.
All right, so he's going to shoot at the vampire who's got Jin grappled. Is that right?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
What is your modifier to hit? Do you know?
Plus. Ooh, I think.
What's your dex?
I don't know offhand. I can't see my character sheet.
Oh, okay. Let me look.
2 is it's a +4. According to
14 dex. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that is going to miss. Anything else from the owl? I want to move in amongst everybody where he can hide.
Yeah. I would try to find a spot to hide too. That's for sure.
Well, you could move in amongst everybody, or you could move outside.
I was looking inside from inside. The windows to the right, are they boarded? Are they open? Are they closed?
You could move. It would be they are shut but not locked, so it would be interacting with an object to open them, and then these are doors and these are windows.
Yeah, I was going to run out the door to the south and go around to the right. I would use the dash bonus action.
Yeah, so you get to about right there. I got you. Anything else from the owl?
Nope.
Okay, so this one's going to move up. It's going to attack Jedediah and then with an unarmed strike and a bite. 15 to hit Jedediah. I'm sorry, that's not right. She's going to bite. So it would be she's going to crit you for 11 bludgeoning, and then an 11 will miss.
Got it.
Oh, I think this one is going to target somebody. Does Backwater is Backwater a member of the One True Faith?
No, he is not.
He's not. He's a rogue paladin.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. All right. So this one is going to throw out a rope that tries to entangle Tobias. Tobias needs a DC 15 dexterity saving throw or be restrained. All right, so Tobias is restrained. This one will run up, attack Jedediah. We got a 22, armor plus 22 for 9 points of bludgeoning, and then a 19 to hit Jedediah.
Both hit.
Okay, for 4 piercing and 4 necrotic. And the 4 necrotic cannot be healed. You have to complete a long rest to heal it.
And that was 9 for the unarmored strike?
Yeah, 9 bludgeoning, and then 4 piercing and 4 necrotic. This one's going to rush it.
Oh boy.
And attack Tobias. We got arm class 22 for 3, and then I believe 14's miss. This is Tobias's turn.
All right, I'm going to do turn undead, so they all have to make a wisdom saving throw.
And I think they're all within 30 feet of you, right?
Yeah, I was checking all that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
The time is nigh.
Okay. What's the DC on it?
Wisdom, it just said it was... It says everybody within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw.
What is your wisdom?
A 17, I believe.
Okay, so
Yeah, so that's a +3, so a 13 total.
Okay. This one is afraid. This one is afraid. One of the purple dots are afraid.
That imposes disadvantage on them, right?
No, they have to spend everything they can do for the next minute getting away from me.
They have to run as far as they can. They have to use their action to dash. If they can't dash any further, they cower. They just
And he lets go of me, right?
Wow, it looks like...
That was a good turn undead so far. Yeah.
Yeah, there's only 2 saves so far.
I wish I was 5th level, though, man.
Yeah.
Then you can just destroy them. Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them return. Yeah, 5 of them return.
That last one's really brave.
It is Jin's turn. Or is there anything else from Tobias?
No.
Okay. It is Jin's turn.
Seeing how the one who's grappled me is also afraid, do I have to actually roll to get out of it?
You will not have to. Yeah. On her turn, she'll have to release you and run away. But until her turn, you'll be grappled. But you need you need a DC 13 intelligence saving throw first. Okay, so you're going to be incapacitated and unable to move.
So just stay there and she'll let me go. All right.
Yeah. It is Zell's turn.
Hit the ones that aren't scared first.
Yeah, if they take damage, it ends their turn. They're no longer turned if they take damage.
Oh. Neat. So I'm going here. And let me double check something real quick that I was looking at doing.
Well, he's checking.
Bonus! I am casting Divine Favor on myself.
Okay.
So anytime I hit one of these guys, they're going to take an extra 1d4 radiant damage. And I'm going to go ahead and target that one first.
Which one? I'm sorry, I was looking away. Okay.
That one.
That's going to hit. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So I am going to initiate sweeping attack to the one to the other one. So let me get. So that one's 11 and 4 points radiant to the first one. 8 and shit. Okay.
Okay. So we got Okay, give me just a second. I think these guys may be vulnerable to radiant damage.
That was my hope. That was my hope.
Oh no, it's just if it's sunlight.
Oh, it's sunlight, not radiant damage?
No, yeah, not just radiant damage in general. Okay, that's still
Okay.
And if it radiates like the sun?
Yeah. They take a bunch of radiant damage if they're exposed to sunlight.
Oh, okay. All right, so number 1 takes 15, number 2 takes 12.
Okay.
And are they dropped?
Number 1 goes down. Number 2 does
Really?
not. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to have to action surge because I used a bonus action already. But I will hold off on that for now.
Okay.
So that's going to be my turn.
Jedediah's turn.
So with this net, this iron net, am I restrained? Am I grappled?
You're restrained. Yeah.
So no movement and disadvantage on attacks. Well, regardless, I'm going to drink a healing potion because I'm at 1 hit point.
Someone healed you too, by the way.
Oh, I missed that.
That's the 9 right there.
Oh, perfect. Still going to do the healing potion though.
Okay. It is Bakvar's turn.
Is the purple the turned?
Yeah, the purple ones are clearly scared of Tobias.
I'm gonna. This will be interesting.
By the way, so when this one dies, and there's like a wash across her, and now she appears to be just a normal dead body. They lose their vampiric nature when they die. So clearly they are not true vampires. They did not turn into mist. They left behind a corpse.
Interesting.
Man, I wanted to get turned.
Right? Bakvar's gonna walk around Tobias up to this person that doesn't appear to be turned and swing his mace at it.
That's going to hit.
Amazing.
Oh!
All right, that one goes down.
Dang, one shot.
Yeah. There are a lot of them, but they don't appear to have a lot of hit points.
That is it.
Okay, this one, she's going to take out a rope, and
Is that one bloodied?
yeah.
Okay.
And then Zell needs a DC 15 dexterity saving throw, or he is restrained. The rope of entanglement ties to wrap you up.
Don't think so.
Okay.
Matter of fact, with that 20, can I grab the rope and then entangle it?
No. So, this one runs out of the building.
That was a nat 20.
Really, it was two extremes.
I know, that's what's really messed up, too.
This one goes running out of the building.
You said it was dusk, but is there any sunlight outside right now, or is it nighttime?
No, these guys didn't come until there was no sunlight to endanger them. Yeah.
When this one runs away from Jin, does Jin get an attack of op?
Jim is incapacitated, and its speed is reduced to 0 until the beginning of his next turn. All right, so the owl needs a DC 13 intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
Okay, then it is it is the owl's turn.
let's see. The owl is going to continue moving to the first window. And let's take a quick look at his. Take a shot at this guy. Oh, I have to open the window first.
Yeah, you can open the window. Yeah, it's just interacting with an object to open the window.
All right. So that takes my bonus action, right?
Nope, doesn't. You can do that once a turn with no consumption of any action economy.
All right. Take a shot at him.
14 will hit.
Nice. Do I get sneak attack?
Oh, I forgot about that. Yes, you do get sneak attack.
Nice roll.
I forgot about this. So he actually takes only half damage from that. So actually this one and this one should not have gone down. But I forgot about that. That's okay.
Wait, they only take half damage from what?
Unless it's a magic weapon. Yeah, they have resistance to physical attacks that aren't from magic weapons. Anything else from the owl?
I'll duck down and hide.
Okay. Yeah, and also on this one's turn, it regenerated some. It's actually no longer bloodied at that point. So this one regenerates some.
Just a quick question: if there's a bunch of vampires running out of a building, can people tell that these are like monstrosities just running down the street?
Yeah, people are scared on the street for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so this one, who's no longer bloody, is going to attack Jedediah. An 8 will miss, a 19 for 5 piercing and 1 necrotic.
Yeah, that hits. And then the necrotic can't be healed, right?
Yes. The necrotic is it can't be healed. This one has to run away from Tobias, so it goes running away. This one will provoke from Jedediah if he wants to take an opportunity attack.
Absolutely, with the dagger. And that's with disadvantage because I'm restrained?
Correct. Mm-hmm. But they're not hard to hit. They're only armor class 13.
Well.
Okay, so that's going to hit.
No, disadvantage means it missed, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking you had advantage for some reason. Right, so this one.
But he's still afraid then if he doesn't hit, right?
Correct. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it goes,
shit! I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it goes running out. That one's dead. It is Tobias's turn.
Okay, so I've got that little icon on me. Does that mean I can't move, or
that's right? You're restrained. There's a rope wrapped around you.
Can I just use my attack to get out of it?
You could attack the rope, or you could try to make an escape from the rope.
Now, how would I do that? Just a strength or something?
Either strength or dexterity, whichever's best for you. Okay. It is Jin's. Or you have a bonus action if there's a healing word or something if you wanted to cast.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Jin's turn. Jin needs a DC 13 intelligence saving throw. All right. Zell's turn.
So they're resistant to. And the radiant damage from that gets added doesn't make my weapon magical at all, right?
No, the radiant damage is magical, but not the weapon itself.
All right, yeah, just clarifying. So I am doing that.
That will hit. Which one are you attacking with that?
The one right in front of me.
Right, so that would actually be made with disadvantage because it's a ranged attack.
What? Wait, what?
Guiding bolt is a ranged attack, and you're adjacent to an enemy, so that would be made at disadvantage.
Aim for the other one.
Well, it'd still be disadvantaged unless you moved away first. No, I think that's going to miss.
Yeah, it just says it makes a hit against a target within range.
Yeah, it says you make a ranged spell attack roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a ranged attack.
So you have to be outside of melee range.
Yeah. It's like Eldritch Blast or Firebolt or something like that. Except it does more damage.
Okay. So I'm going to guess that the only other one I can see then is this one.
Right. So you can take an attack of opportunity and move away from her so that you don't have disadvantage. Or you could attack it with disadvantage, whichever you prefer. Or you could do something else entirely.
No, I can still hit that one.
Okay.
He's saying you have to move first because you're still at disadvantage shooting at that one from where you are.
Okay, now I'm getting confused. I'm going to be at disadvantage versus this one.
No.
Why am I at disadvantage versus the other one?
When you make a ranged attack and you are in melee, it doesn't matter who you're attacking, the ranged attack is made with disadvantage. It doesn't matter who your target is, it's the fact that you are in melee that gives you disadvantage on the ranged attack, regardless of who you target with that attack.
Because you're easily disturbed.
Right, because you're distracted by the interaction of melee.
That makes sense.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to bonus action hit the one next to me first.
Okay. That will hit. Or no, a 12 will miss. Yeah. I was thinking you had advantage for some reason. And then what are we going to do?
I'll try it again with regular action.
Yeah, that hits. And so that's going to be actually 6 slashing and 3 radiant. All right, so she goes down at that point. Yeah. Anything else from Zell?
Nope.
Okay, Jedediah's turn.
Can I get out of this net? What do I need to do for that?
You would have to make a DC 20 strength check to get out of the iron binds, or you could attack the iron bands themselves to try and do damage to them.
Well, a natural 20 is going to be a lot harder, so I'm just going to attack it.
Attack the vampire?
No, the iron binds.
Oh, okay. That is going to miss. Their armor class 20.
End of my turn.
Okay. Bakvar's turn.
Okay, I'm going to dash to here and attack that guy with my maul.
Okay.
Which does 11 plus 5 since I was dashing into him.
Okay, so that's going to be a total of 16.
Yep.
Right, and that's going to take him down. Okay. And so the others actually have spider climb. Do we have a way to chase them onto the roofs as they go fleeing away? Or do
I don't think so.
No, rope, I guess, but not really.
Okay. Then I think that's going to take care of it. We do have 4 of their bodies, right? So we have evidence that there is nefarious disguising self vampires at work in Schmitford. Which is what
this just got interesting.
that's also going to turn the tide with Malin. She realizes that we are not, in fact, in league with the vampires. And and since we didn't turn her into the Inquisition, she will be an asset for us moving forward.
Sweet.
Good to know.
And we will. These. So the things that have Jedediah wrapped up, they're called iron bands of Valaro. You can look those up in the DMG. And the thing that has Tobias wrapped up is a rope of entanglement.
Is a what?
Rope of entanglement. Right. So someone can grab those.
Are either of these dexterity based?
Yeah. So iron bands, you make a ranged attack using your dexterity and proficiency bonus. And if you hit, then the target is restrained. I was wrong. You can't actually attack the iron bands. You just have to make a DC 20 strength check, to get out of them. So they just wrap you up.
Gotcha.
So I could use one of these things because I can move really fast and get a big guy if we ever need to.
I'm angry at these iron bands. If they don't mind, I'm going to keep them and use them.
Does anyone mind if I grab the rope?
As long as you get it off of me.
Yeah, the rope of
I'll help him get him off.
Yeah, the rope of entanglement. It requires a DC 15 dexterity saving throw, or you are restrained. So it's an action to activate it with the command word, and you can also pull it back with an action. So it's a DC, and it can be attacked. That was what I was thinking of when I allowed Jedediah to attack it. So the rope of entanglement has an armor class of 20 and 20 hit points. So if you're ever restrained by a rope of entanglement, you can cut your way free. But
you said it's a DC 15 strength or dexterity?
The rope was dex.
Yeah, the rope is dexterity based. Yeah, it's a DC 15 dexterity saving throw or be restrained.
Sweet. I was looking for magic items and they brought them to us.
All right, so we didn't really have any other like liquid loot though. We have the 5 vials of giant wasp poison that would be worth 100 gold pieces each if we sold them. Make sure that's right. I think that's right. No, it's worth more than that. They would be worth... no, that's right. Yeah, they would be worth 100 gold pieces each at half price. The full price of them is 200 gold pieces if you buy it. But you can sell them for 100 gold pieces. But I don't know. If no one's going to use the poison, there's no reason to keep them, is there?
Anyone want poison? I have 1.
We had a total of 4, right?
Yep. I have the other 3.
Poison's pretty ineffective in bludgeoning, so Bakvar does not want them.
Right. Yeah.
I can make.
What
him
about the owl?
poison.
Do you want poison owl?
The idea is
Heck yeah.
they would be used in conjunction with the scabbards, right? That you would load the scabbards up with those.
The scabbards, like for our swords.
Yeah, remember last session we got the scabbards that has a reservoir that you can load poison into, and then you can administer the poison on your weapon between once around by interacting as an object. You basically are sliding your weapon in and then pulling it out. It's got to be a bladed weapon though, something like a.
Who has the scabbard?
We had two of them, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the poison forest?
Yeah.
I do have two of those poison things on me.
Yeah. So the idea that the reason the poison was made available here was so that you could use those for something, right? That's the idea. But you don't have to.
I would give those to the sneaky types because
Yeah.
Well, I seldomly use daggers. I think it would be better for somebody else other than myself.
It wouldn't do good on arrows?
I use a short sword, so I can use a scabbard for that.
I guess I'll hold on to it.
Yeah, you're speedy. That might work.
Okay. Yeah, but if we're not going to make use of it, then that's 400 gold pieces worth of treasure in the poison that we could just sell it for. Just sell the wasp venom.
I think we could use it. In worst case scenario, I think if we gave it to Jen and Zell, it's like extra damage and another impact.
I think that's
Yeah. I think the only weapon I have that I use semi-regularly that I can use it with, though, is going to be my longsword. Which, I don't mind.
I have a short sword that I use until I level up a few times, so I'll be using this.
Same with, I mean, it might be good for Owl. He uses a short sword a lot when we're in melee.
Yeah. Like I said, I would give it to the more sneaky or the not so upfront characters. I do enough damage as is right now.
That's cool. We figure it out.
I'll hold on to mine. If not, I can just sell it later.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we can figure it out later.
Then let me get the XP in here.
Waspies!
They're very scary giant wasps.
10 feet wide.
And this is total, right? So it's split 6 ways.
By the way, that turn undead or whatever, whichever one you used, very useful.
That's what I'm saying. I can't wait. If I would have been 5th level, it would have destroyed them.
Hey man, I ain't complaining. That for 2 or 3 of us, that basically helped save the party.
Kept me alive.
We get our gems back, right, in our deposit?
Right, yeah. Yeah, as long as you recover at least one of the vampire spawn's bodies, then you're in good shape. Let's see, 600. And the curse is 600. There we go.
Is the curse over?
Yeah, the curse ends on a long rest. We're going to be taking a long rest now, and that will end the curse.
So which one of those is it?
Yeah, one of us is.
Not the 2 are the same.
What?
You put an extra
Owls-
625.
There were two 625s. You missed the wasps in the very beginning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the owl missed.
Oh, there are two 625s.
Da, da, da.
All right, so do we have someone who's going to use the poison in the scabbard? Just to clarify.
I'm going to hold on to the poison. I'm going to assume that combat's going to get more intense and I'll need it.
Right.
Plus, I only have
Do
one.
I
and
get one
money's
of the
not that important.
scabbards?
Say that
Do
again.
I
Yeah,
get
I have one of those, I
scabbards?
think.
Then
Okay.
I'll give you I'll give you one of the 3 vials, so we have 2 each.
I was going to see. What are you, the owl?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll split it.
What does Zell use? Doesn't he use a great?
So I have a great sword, I have a maul, I have a long sword, and the long sword usually gets paired up with the shield whenever I need it. That's the only time the long sword usually gets used.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the poison damage because I have
Okay.
other means of damage, and my character's not going to use poison.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you have character role playing reasons, that's a very good reason not to use it. I'm all right with that. Okay. Anything else we want to? Oh, and then we have distributed the rope and the iron bands of Bolero, right?
Mhm.
The other thing is we will begin each session with 7 temporary hit points from Malin until something changes.
Oh, sweet.
Righteous. By the way, I do want to go ahead and give her gear back to her if we have not already.
Okay. Yeah, if you say
And
that.
how do you spell her name?
There it is. I'll put it in chat. So I think that's everything disposed of as far as the session goes. Anything else we want to?
Did we get gold or no?
No, there wasn't really.
Just the gold we got back? Cool.
Yeah, there wasn't really any treasure involved.
I mean, a wondrous item is worth eagles.
Kind of thin on the gold piece.
How odd vampires not carrying silver and gold.
Silver on a vampire.
Oh yeah, so that's something else I should bring up. So once their undead features fade, these are recognized as young people who were just villagers who have gone missing. Most people thought, oh, they've just gone on a trip to visit someone or something like that over the past several days. And these are not actually vampires; they were vampire spawn. So apparently, Cynthia, as soon as she landed in Schmitford, went about co-opting just random villagers to build some numbers of vampire spawn.
Lovely.
It also explains why these were so much weaker than typical vampire spawns, right? These were just
Thank God they were.
Yeah, these were just villagers and craftsmen who were turned into vampire spawn by her. But it does.
There was no hope of saving them, right?
No. I mean, by eliminating them as undead, you kind of like release their spirit to their afterlife. But these aren't really people that the church would have an interest in raising. The One True Faith would be inclined to just bury them and make sure that and hope that they find the afterlife they deserve. And probably if they were being raised, they would probably reject being raised. They have been freed of the toils and misery of their mortal life to go on and live, to go on to their just rewards in the afterlife.
Pleasant.
There are worse things.
All right, so then the story itself, everyone gets what's going on here, right? That Vampire moves in, recognizes the heroes as the big threat to her in Schmitford, knows that the Fultons are on their way, so she just uses a disguised self on her vampire spawns. But the vampire spawn can cast disguised self once a day, just so you know. Then has them hire the Mercenaries Guild, trying to take away 2 stones at once, right? Get the Fultons to attack the PCs, and the Mercenaries Guild to turn on the PCs. So do we understand the plot there?
Oh yeah.
Yep. And it partially worked, unfortunately.
Yeah, those type of investigative details can get lost. Yeah, you kind of have to rely upon the dedication and patience of the players to work out those details.
I knew it. We were framed. It was them all along.
You did, yeah. All right. So, any comments on that plot? Anything that we? So this is intended to be the lead into what will be probably several other adventures revolved around this vampire, right? It's like we didn't actually.
Do we get a downtime during this time of the adventure, or are we pretty much going straight into it?
Yeah, there will be several days of downtime before we face the next episode. Is there something in particular you wanted to plan for there?
No, I'm still on the hunt for magical items. I just wanted to get familiar with my new class. But I finally did my class features.
Oh, did you reach 3rd level? Sure.
Yeah, that's 900, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm at 3rd level, so now I'm a little more specialized.
Did anybody else advance? Did anybody else?
Sadly, no.
I think they're all in.
Welcome to the slog to level 4, man.
Oh my god, level 4 is so long.
Well, how much is level 3?
2,700.
Oh, so I got a chunk. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so back to the story. Does anyone see a problem or any way to improve that story that I need to work in?
I like the Blood Hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty painful twist.
I like the Blood Hunter class. I've had a few players use it over the past year and a half or so, and it just really has a real meaty backstory to it, right? The how they inflict pain and expose themselves to poisons and other things to bring out their reservoir of magic. Yeah, it's just a really cool class.
The character model for them reminds me a lot of the characters from Bloodborne.
Yes.
Just as like a character base.
Yeah.
I think the model for it is based on The Witcher more than anything, but yeah, pretty close to.
Yeah.
Well, it was originally designed as a witch hunter, and that was broken.
Well, it was Vin Diesel, so, you know.
Makes it broken. What's the XP for level 5? 5,600 or something?
64 or 63?
6,400, I want to say.
It's 6,500.
Oh no.
Yeah, 65. I'm roughly 900 away.
Okay, so
1,500.
So what I'm hearing is that the story is the underlying story is we're good with. That there's
Yeah, no, that was actually pretty neat with the twist how we were actually targeted for once.
Yeah.
Instead of us going out and throwing ourselves into the wide open expanse of the world and forcing the targeting onto us.
Okay. Then just in general, does anybody have any recommendations for it?
Oh, I meant to ask to the party in general. With my monk tradition, I learned an extra language. What would be a good language to learn?
Draconic.
Draconic's good.
We're facing vampires, aren't we?
Yeah, but we don't know what they speak.
Can I make a check to know what they speak? or would I know?
Well,
If anything, Draconic.
So this vampire clearly is human based. So she would speak some Larian and Toulon probably, maybe Chanan, depending on how far away she arrived from. But the local common tongue is Toulon, and then Larian is like Latin. It's like the language of medicine and the church and commerce.
Because I have Common, Celestial, and Elvish so far.
If you can, I would. So common is usually going to be either Toulon. So Toulon is what is spoken in the streets, right? When people are at home, they speak Toulon. But if they are engaged in trade or in education, they're going to speak Larian. So Larian is spoken everywhere, but Toulon is going to be regional, right? So you might travel a couple hundred miles and transition from Toulon to Chanan, right? So Toulon is going to be spoken by everybody in this area, but Larian would be spoken wherever you went. You would be able to find someone who spoke Larian. Does that make sense? That's what I'm saying.
It makes sense. I just wanted, since I wasn't aware of that, where would I put my common that I have currently?
Well, you choose either Larian or Toulon, and then I would pick up the other one as an additional language, so that you spoke. It's always good to have someone in the party that speaks Larian for sure. Because
how do I spell that word?
Larian.
All right, learned that, I guess. Someone else learned Draconic, so
Working on it.
You know words.
So one other thing, I'm starting a Monday night game, and if anyone has Monday night open, you're welcome to join that game. Yeah.
I am already on that list.
What time?
Yeah, David's already on that list. It'll be the same time, 6:30 to 9:30 or 10ish. The structure is a little different. How do I put this? All right, so I published two different strains, I guess, or flavors of adventures. Some of them are like this, where you have like very standard methodical progression. And then there's another version I do that's accelerated progression, where I make sure that in each episode there is enough XP to move up one level. So a lot happens. So as you can see, to get from, for example, 4th to 5th level, there's just a lot of stuff that's got to happen. so they have a lot more action crammed into them, and it can be like I've had players who didn't like the pace of it. I've had players who are like, man, it's just way too fast. Everything just comes at you so heavy and fast. In order to get all that XP into one episode, is what has to happen. But anyway, that's the way it's structured. So they run almost they used to vary, but now it's standardized. They begin at level 1 and they finish at level 20, and there's a capstone episode. So there'll be 21 episodes, taking the PCs from 1st to 20th level. You don't have to decide on the spot. You can send me an email if you want to join that. I'm just offering it to you to let you know. And don't feel obligated to do that.
I do actually have a question in regards to certain stealth ruling.
Okay.
I did some reading, and this is kind of why it's a toss-up for me to decide if I'm playing the sorcerer that I've already pretty much got built, or if I'm actually going to do the ranger, rogue, assassin archetype build. There's a stealth ruling that whenever combat occurs, there's an opportunity to roll stealth to get a surprise round.
Okay. The way going into combat works is there may be people who are surprised, or maybe not.
Right.
Right. There's actually no such thing as a surprise round. So in the first round of combat, some people may be surprised. And if you are surprised, then you can't take any actions or reactions until you come up your first round. Then you're no longer, the only thing you do on your first turn is become no longer surprised. But other than that, it's no different than the first round of combat. But I'll tell you that I don't use surprise very often. Usually things are set up to where neither side is really going to be surprised. And that's going to vary a lot from DM to DM. A lot of DMs use a lot of surprise. Like, for example, the hag spawn, the vampire spawn there could have had the possibility of surprising, right? But I just don't like surprise. I think surprise skews things way too much. So I use surprise very, very seldom. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Good try.
Well, there's a particular reason that I'm asking, because there are certain rolled situations. Yeah. There are certain rolled situations for the assassin archetype where they basically get auto crits as a result.
Isn't the way that's written, though, is as long as you're attacking someone who has an attack to that turn, you auto crit?
No, you have advantage. You have advantage against anyone who hasn't gone yet. But if they are actually surprised, it is an automatic critical.
Gotcha.
Yep. So that's kind of why I was asking how, so say combat occurs and someone is in stealth, would they get that surprise opportunity?
Well, just because someone is in stealth doesn't mean that they're going to necessarily be surprised. All right, so I'm going to go into two things here. The first one is why I'm so conservative with surprise. That there are two reasons. The first one is surprise really skews the combat, right? Combat's only going to last about 3 rounds, and if one side is surprised, you're effectively giving the other side a 25 to 50% advantage on combat. Right. So what that does then is it forces on the PCs, well, are we going to give up that 50% advantage, or are we just going to go around and just try to surprise everything and never talk to anybody or engage in negotiations? It just really skews the entire game heavily towards never talking to anybody, because you don't want to give up that 50% combat advantage. You want to surprise everybody you can.
Right. So I guess my side question, not exactly around surprise. Say you have a character that has the spell Darkness, and you cast it. If they don't have the ability to see through magical darkness, would that impose a disadvantage in Dimgaard?
Well,
because that would normally.
Right. So it's not just darkness, but there are other spells like fog cloud that do the same thing. If you have someone who is an unseen attacker, but they're also attacking a target that they can't see, then those offset and becomes just a straight die roll.
Okay, but what if they could see the person, but the person can't see them, they get advantage?
Yeah, then they would have advantage, and attacks against them would be at disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorcerer Warlock combo it is.
Yeah, that's quite strong with Devil Sight. Yeah, and then Quicken Darkness.
Although he's going to primarily be, depending on how far it gets, will eventually end up as a kind of like a utility damage type.
There's another thing about darkness too that comes up. So darkness can last up to 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
You could cast it on an object before, like if you think, oh, we're like 2 minutes from combat. You could cast it on a pebble and then keep your hand wrapped around that pebble, and then it's not even an action to expose the darkness, right? You just open up your hand and you got the. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that comes up from time to time. Yeah. This.
See, now you're taking away my element of surprise.
Oh.
Okay.